Hello, thanks for joining my channel again. Here is going to be the last batch of cards that I have created recently, and then I'm going to get off into another video starting my Christmas haul. A few things that I've accumulated, and also an exciting new subscription that I signed up with. So that will be my next video, so stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy the cards that I'm about to share with you. So this is a beautiful wedding card that I had colored a long time ago, and what I did is created the background using an embossing folder and some of the pixie powders. And then it says, love begins in a moment, grows over time, and lasts for eternity. And there is some sparkle in those hearts. They're really pretty. The next one is Happy Anniversary. And I went over all of the flowers with my glimmer pen and made it all shiny. Happy Anniversary says, I like me when I'm with you. And just kind of follow the theme of the splattered paint on the inside. Here is a rainbow themed sending love card. The backer paper is an opalescent white, and then I used a wood grain background stamp and used some of the Distress Oxide inks to make my rainbow color. Added a bunch of sequins, sending love. Knowing you makes me happy. And then I used that same paper to tie in the inside. Here's a beautiful card that I used some Stays On black ink to create on some acetate, and then I took different coats of glossy accents and added different layers of glitter, and then on the outside edges I used some of that fluffy glitter stuff, which kind of almost makes it look fuzzy. This kind of fuzzy looking stuff, which kind of added a little bit of an edge to it, and I think it just came out beautifully. And then I popped it up on some foam to give it some dimension, and just set it with a white background so that the flower would be the focus. But it is just so beautiful. I hope the camera does this one some justice. The alcohol ink background is what I used in the back, and then I die cut best wishes, and then a congratulations on your retirement. Here is a stamp set that I got from the Stamps of Life. I was a subscription member of theirs for a really long time and kind of was ready to move on to something a little bit different. So again, stay tuned for my next video to find out what the next club I joined was. So this was one of her beach themed sets. In the next few cards you'll see the same die, stamp, and different color pattern themes. Feel better. Remember, the beach fixes everything. And then the following month she actually sent out a mini version of the larger stamps, which I just thought was fantastic. Here's another one, Life's a Beach, and I used alcohol ink and then die cut out those, and then I used some gold embossing powder and heat embossed some of the shells in the background, and then added a little bit of heat embossed gold flakes just to kind of bring out some dimension. Popped that up on some 3D foam. Inside, let's celebrate. Great heat embossed palm tree in the back. Same variety of, some of these were alcohol ink, some of them were watercolored and heat embossed. So I kind of mixed and matched on some of the cards, as you've seen. Added a few sequins to jazz it up a little. It says it's your birthday, let's celebrate, and then added a few stamps to tie it on the inside. Here's a beautiful mermaid. She is full of shimmer and shine, and she is sitting on top of some white vellum. It says mermaid, and I added some sequins and used a bubble stamp in the background. The beach fixes everything, and then I stamped her again, second generation. Here are some nice masculine cards that I've created. You make me so happy, and I colored him, and then I had an embossing folder with these buttons on it, and I embossed it on blue cardstock, and then took a light wash of some Distress Oxide ink over the top of it and blended that together. I'm willing to risk the cooties if you are. I thought that was so cute, and I just added a little bit of highlighting to that in the middle there. Here's the same boy, also colored with pencils, just different color scheme. I used an embossing folder on this background as well and added some shimmer to it, and then went around the card base with some Distress Oxide ink as well and added some water to give it some dimension. It says happy birthday. Hope your day is awesome, and added some little buttons, and they were actually circles. I made them into buttons just to tie together the theme. Here was a Father's Day card I created out of some alcohol ink and die cuts. I die cut this with a rectangle stitch die and then die cut the word dad out of it. Happy Father's Day, and then I stamped some elements from a stamp set that I have in different colors to tie in with the alcohol ink. And then I used the negative of that same die I just showed you. The dad here is now the dad here. And I created this background on craft cardstock with the different colors. Happy Dad's Day. Here's one with an alcohol inked background, and then I colored this dog in colored pencils. I added some glossy accents to his eyes, nose, collar, and a little bit to the bowl of food. Added a little bit of shimmer to the tennis ball. It says, "You're my favorite human. Bow, wow, wow. Happy birthday." Thought that was kind of a cool manly card. This one could go either way. All you need is love and a dog. And I love the purple as alcohol ink background, and I added some of the silver additive to the alcohol. Used some pattern paper as some grounding for the dog. I colored him with colored pencils and kept it kind of simple. Just did a little bit of light shading on his bone. It says Happy Father's Day. Another dog themed card. I had to make a card with every single dog in this collection from Tim Holtz. If you haven't seen it, Stampers Anonymous, it is just awesome, and I saved up enough money where I was able to buy the stamps and the dies, and the dies just make the whole kit worth it. Love them, love them, love them. So this one I heat embossed some images in the background, and then I just used some Versamark to leave the ball print in the background without embossing it, so it gives that two-tone look. Stamped the little dog, glossy accents on his eyes, nose, collar, and a little bit on the bowl. You're so wonderful. So that could kind of go to anybody. Here is a cute little shaker card that I made with a stamp from, I believe it's Darcy. I'll have to show it. If anybody wants more specifics, I can find out specifics, but I wasn't really keeping notes when I was making all of these cards. Now that I'm launching this new channel, I will definitely be doing a better job at all of that. But this sequence mix just went perfect, and I colored the two images with alcohol markers, and then the background is actually some watercolor paper, and then I used my glue marker and added some of this blue foiling in to make it kind of look like an ocean in the background. It says have a jawsome day, and just stamped the dolphin or shark. Here's a really cool one that I love, and I made this for my friend Brooke, and I might just have to forget her birthday just so I can give it to her, but she loves turtles, and I showed this in one of my other videos where I used the positive piece of this background die cut and then refit it with all the white pieces, and then I colored and embossed these turtles. Another Stamper Club die and stamp set that I purchased, and then added a bunch of different stickle spots to tie in the card. It says, "Oh snap, I forgot it was your birthday," and added a few on the inside with some shimmer mist over the top. Another Stamps of Life card set that I just got right before I decided to go to another subscription, and this was just so cute to me. I had to make a shaker card. So it's some chickens, and I put 2 on the outside and 2 on the inside, and these are supposed to resemble little eggs, kind of shaking around in there with them, and it says, "Hey chickie, you're one cool chick, happy birthday." And then I used some of the wire twine that they would normally have and colored and stamped this little guy on the inside. I just love that. I think it's so cute. All the little sparkle and googly eyes. Here's another stamp set that I got off of AliExpress. It's the feathers, and it comes with the stamp set and the dies to go with it, and I've used it on several of the next cards that I'm about to show you. This was kind of a 1-layer card. I stamped and heat embossed the feathers all in black, and then I colored them in with my Tombow watercolor markers. Amazing things are about to happen, and just added some colorful leaves to the inside. This is another one of my favorites. I love the gold with the light pastel type of colors. So I cut all of these out. I popped some of them up on dimensions. They were heat embossed with rose gold embossing powder and watercolored in. And then I put several coats of the rose gold over this die cut background. Turned it to a solid gold color, and then I cut the inside out. That says, "You're so wonderful." And then some of these little marks here, I took the glue pen and added some of the gold foiling in the background and some sequins to tie and give it a little extra bling. Chase your dreams, you might just catch one. And here's 2 more of the leftover flowers from the front. Here's an interesting card where I cut out of the black piece where I wanted the flowers to be debossed down into, and then I went and I stamped the flowers around them, and then I die cut this word "thanks" out of white cardstock and did an ombre effect, and then I used some white vellum in the background as a shadow, added some sequins there. It's blank on the inside, so you can write whatever you want to be thankful for. Just 2 more cards. This one is also stamped in the feather theme. I also used the big die set from Tailored Expressions. I heat embossed this with some black sparkly embossing powder, and then I used my Perfect Pearls to color that in. And then I colored in the feathers as well with the Perfect Pearls and added a little bit of splatter. Used some ribbon in this, which I don't typically do. It's actually 2 pieces of ribbon. One is black and the other one is silver. And the inside says, "May all your dreams come true." And there's 3 of the extra leftover feathers that I had from the front. And the colors, it's just so beautiful. Some are raised up and some aren't. And the last one, and then we're going to stop this video and get on to making the rest of my videos. So this is the last one I created. I watercolored and stamped this background and added some shimmer pen to certain flowers in the butterfly. I added some glossy accents to look like there were dewdrops on the flowers and some of the leaves. I went back in with some of my alcohol markers and tried to add some highlights to some of the leaves here to make them stand out a little bit. Added some sequins here and stamped "Hey Beautiful. You are all kinds of wonderful." And then I stamped the same stamp in here with some pink distress ink, oxide ink. And that wraps up my cards. I would love to hear which one you think is your favorite. And if you would like to see how any of those are created, please leave me a comment, and I look forward to making that card for you in one of my upcoming videos. Thank you.